Writers. He gets you caught up on the day's news without grinding you down. Twice a day, they discuss all you need to know without crushing your soul. Listen to the Daily Zeitgeist on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you listen to podcasts. Next traffic update at 7:50. K-Long News Radio WFLA.
Tell your smart device to play WFLA on iHeartRadio. This is News Radio WFLA.
Good morning. It is AM Tampa Bay, proudly barricaded by Bob since early 2019. And it's 7:43, and joining us right now is Representative Ross Spano, and we wanted to talk to him. He's the only Florida congressman serving in the House Small Business Committee, but we wanted to talk to him about the National Defense Authorization Act, which passed on a 295 to 125 vote. And the good things, it provides troops a 3% pay raise. And having been in the military, I would have loved that. Supports veterans programs and obviously makes our military better. But Congressman Spano, the one thing disturbs me is this thing includes changing the names of some forts, like Fort Benning and Fort Bragg, both of which I served in, and hate to see them change the names.
Hey, good morning, Jack. It's good to be with you and good to be with your listeners this morning. We did pass out the NDAA version of the bill, or the House version of this bill on Tuesday. And as you mentioned, it does have a 3% pay increase for veterans or for active duty members. It supports veterans programs. We got to continue to have the best trained military in the world, best equipped to make sure that we're defended. We can defend ourselves at home and abroad. There was a provision, as you just mentioned, that would change the names of some military bases. And I did have and do have some concerns with that. I believe, however, that what's happening with this bill now is going to what we call the conference process, which is the word that we use to describe the negotiations between the House and the Senate. And it's my expectation and belief that that particular provision will be worked out. There'll be an agreement that takes place between the House and the Senate involving the administration, this is one of the things the president had expressed some concern about as well, as you may know. And I think when the final version of the bill gets back to the House for a vote, that issue will be resolved. I think it will need to be for me to vote up ultimately. But at this point, I wanted to make sure that that my constituents, we've got lots of folks in Congressional District 15 who serve in the military or are veterans because of our proximity to MacDill Air Force Base. I wanted to send them a clear message that we do support them. But I think that provision will ultimately be worked out before this bill has final passage.
Well, that is great because I really am happy with the rest of that bill and what it's doing for our troops, particularly that 3% pay raise and what you're doing for the veterans. So this is indeed great. And what's the deal on real quickly on the KEEP Act, a temporary abatement on payroll taxes?
Yeah, this is something, as you guys have heard, I'm sure the president has been talking a lot about, and other members, leaders in D.C., and there's an effort to include provisions in what we may see as an additional relief act to address coronavirus, which would be a 3-month or temporary holiday, payroll tax holiday. It would allow small businesses to save on payroll taxes. It would allow employees to keep more money in their pockets, and it would inject liquidity into the economy without federal bureaucracy involvement. So we're hoping and we're trying to get that. That was the bill that we sponsored. We're trying to get that in any additional relief act. We also have a bill that would include chambers of commerce within the PPP program that would allow them to utilize some support that we stood up for small businesses. And so those are a couple of things we're working on. I expect any kind of relief package, additional relief package, which is now being negotiated between the Senate and the House and the administration, to come up either next week or the week after. So everybody out there listening should expect to hear more about that in the days to come.
Well, keep up the great work, Congressman Spano, and thanks for joining us on AM Tampa Bay this morning.
Thank you, Jack. Great to be with you. Everybody have a great day.
You as well.
All right. It's 7:47. We go to the newsroom, and Chris Trinkman.
Writers.